Have you ever looked at someone and tried to guess their age? It's harder than it seems, especially when it comes to guessing an animal's age. In this episode of Avian Adventures, we will be answering the question, how old is this bird? Aging adult birds is pretty much impossible, but we can know a bird's age if they still have juvenile feathers. Bald eagles, for example, don't have a full white head and tail until around 5 years old. A bald eagle that is less than 1 year old will have all brown feathers, and with each passing year, it will grow in more and more white feathers. Using the color of feathers as a guide, we can estimate the age of eagles up to their 5th year. After that, we just refer to them as adults. Red-tailed hawks don't hatch with a rusty red tail. They start growing in their red tails at 2 years old. Until then, they have what we call a training tail, which is long and striped instead of short and red. The longer tail helps the bird when it's learning to fly. The stripes also tell older adult hawks to give this bird a break because it's just learning how to be a hawk. Red-shouldered hawks also take 2 years to start growing in their adult feathers. As juveniles, it's very hard to tell these two species of hawk apart because they're both all brown with just minor pattern differences on their front. Owls are more tricky to age because their juvenile feathers look very similar to their adult feathers. We have to use a blacklight in order to age owls, which is pretty neat. There are pigments in the flight feathers of owls' wings that can be seen with ultraviolet light. Newly molted feathers show the brightest pink, while old feathers are dull or don't have any color at all. A wing with pink throughout all the feathers tells us that the bird is a hatch year because there are no old feathers. They are all brand new. A wing with pink only on some of the feathers tells us that this is a second year. It's starting to molt and grow in new feathers, while the old feathers lose their pigment. Many ornithologists use this technique out in the field while doing research because it's quick and easy. And we learn a lot about a wild population by knowing how old individuals are. So now we know how to age birds. But how long do they live once they reach their adult stage? A general rule of thumb with raptors is the bigger they are, the longer their lifespan. Larger raptors, like eagles and vultures, can live into their late teens or early 20s out in the wild. However, about 70% of eagles don't make it to age 5. Learning how to be successful in the wild is a hard task, and many young eagles don't figure it out. But once they make it to age 5, they usually live very long lives. A smaller raptor, like the American kestrel, lives closer to 10 years. Because they are smaller, they can often be prey items for other raptors or predatory mammals. When raptors and other animals live in human care, like here at the Raptor Center, they can live almost double their life expectancy in the wild. In human care, they get fed every single day. Our birds will never go hungry. However, their weight is managed carefully to ensure continued good health. They also have a roof over their heads and protection from the elements, so no getting swept away by a storm. And if one of the birds does get sick, it has on-demand healthcare from our knowledgeable hospital staff. The resident birds have a very high quality of life with us at the Raptor Center. However, they do not make good house pets. All of our bird staff are highly trained professionals and specialize in taking care of birds of prey. We are licensed by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to care for injured and nestling birds in our Raptor Rescue Facility, as well as keep our resident birds on the Raptor Trail. Providing a high quality of life for our birds, as well as educating the public on wildlife and conservation topics, are requirements for keeping our permits. Federal and state laws prohibit keeping birds of prey without proper licensing. But you can make your backyard a place where raptors like to visit. Planting native plants, providing a fresh water source, And keeping the landscaping a little more wild can help attract your feathered neighbors. The National Wildlife Federation can help you make your backyard a haven for local birds, butterflies, and other wildlife through their Certified Wildlife Habitat Program. Details are available on their website at nwf.org. Thanks for joining us for Avian Adventures. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel.